Leela, welcome to the mix.
Merci, thank
Yeah,
you.
here in beautiful Vancouver.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been home for a while.
Yeah, it has been for about 5 years.
5 years?
Yep, off and on.
But you're from the north?
Yes.
Yeah. Who are your relations? Who are your people?
Well, my family is from Delaney, and that's a small community on the shores of Great Bear Lake of the Sahtu area. So
Yeah.
we're called Sahtu Gotine, and my grandfather is Joe Kenny, and so I'm from the Kennys on that side.
Okay.
And then my dad is from Southern Ontario.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Now, who are you related to musically? You have such a great sound. Where did that come from?
You know, this is an interesting question. I think I have a lot of different relations in the music world.
Yeah.
And I think I draw a lot of my initial inspiration is a blend of 3 different things, of traditional Dene music, soul singers. Like when my first cassettes were Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, Whitney Houston. I love heavy soul singers. And,
Yeah.
And then also when I was little, my dad used to teach us Canadian folk songs, and so folk just basically kind of folk singing.
Yeah.
And so those are my 3 main influences.
Wow.
I think.
Wow.
I think if I was to really think about who I was related to, that's who it would be.
How about musical training? You've delved into that pretty heavily, haven't you?
Yeah, I have a degree in music, so I studied opera.
Oh wow.
And I loved opera. I mean, I still love it. It's some of the most passionate and challenging music to sing. I really wasn't hearing my own creative voice in it though, and because I'm not a composer. I took composition when I was in university, and I wasn't very good at it. So I kind of went back to my roots of folk songwriting, and so when I was 21, when I graduated from university, I decided that I would learn how to play the guitar and I would give it a shot as a songwriter. So.
Wow.
Yeah, instead of going the route that I had been going previous to that.
Yeah. So voice was your original instrument.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It shows. You
that's where,
just tremendous. I said to the guys the other night, what great pipes.
Thanks.
I mean, you sing out fully, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I feel that's my main gift is, my voice is what I consider to be my primary instrument, the primary focus of my career. But my songwriting's getting up there. I'm feeling pretty good about it recently. I've really only been a serious songwriter for about 13 years or so. So that's pretty young as far as songwriters go.
Yeah, yeah. But there's been some real successes. I'm thinking of One Drum, which is almost an anthem in some cases. Eh? Really?
It did make it to the National Aboriginal Top 30 at one point.
Yeah, I'm sure.
#1.
I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, it is anthem-like. That's a song people know and relate to. That must feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. And that song that song came very naturally. And I don't remember if you were there even when I wrote it. It was for this Gathering Our Artists conference in Saskatoon a number of years back.
Huh.
And there were all these Native artists from all different disciplines gathered in Saskatoon.
Okay, so we're going to pick up on the story of the gathering in Saskatoon.
Right. One Drum, that song is an interesting story because actually I wrote it right during over a period of 1 day or 2 days or something. There was this gathering in Saskatoon of artists from all over Canada, Native artists of all disciplines, and so we were all gathered there, and we were working on a collaborative piece to do for the finale, and they asked me to write some music for it. And so I sat in my hotel room and actually I ran the ideas by my buddy George Leach, and he's like, oh yeah, that sounds cool, and I was like, I think it should go like this, and this you can sing this part, and it just came together in about 15 minutes, and so it was one of those inspired moments,
Yeah.
that don't happen too often for me. It's more like I usually write 7 or 8 songs a year over a longer period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked earlier about the folk traditions that your dad introduced you to, and a lot of that old folk stuff was either narrative
Mm-hmm.
or issue oriented, and I
Mhm.
see both in your
Mm-hmm.
work. You have done some songs about issues, about Native issues.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as an artist, that's, you know, that's part of your role, like as a songwriter, particularly, is to reflect society back to itself,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, also that's what inspires me as well. It's what moves me,
Yeah,
and so it's natural that it comes out in my music.
yeah,
But I do have a lot of not a lot, but I mean, I also have the love stories and the narratives
sure.
about human experience as well. You
Yeah,
know.
I think one of those songs that's issue oriented is "Calling All Warriors."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, it was a song that I wrote. I moved to Vancouver, like I mentioned, a few years ago, and I started going to the women's marches they have on every Valentine's Day. They have
Right.
a march in honor of the murdered and missing women. And the first one I went to, at the end of the march, there was a man from, I think he was from Fort Smith or Fort Simpson, I'm not sure. I didn't meet him because I was so overcome. And he sang a song. At the end of the march, there's a ceremony in Oppenheimer Park there, and he sang a song that was honoring his daughter, and I was so moved because it was a Dene song, and I don't hear too much Dene music down here, like traditional songs, and like our kind of music's different than the coastal music, obviously.
Yeah.
So I was so overcome by it because it was from the north, and it made me really realize like how these kind of things can happen to just anybody. You know, could be my cousins or aunties or, you know, daughters or mom or, you know, grandmothers even, you know, and so it really brought it home, and I was like, oh, I have to write this. Like, I have to write a song that honors these women, but not only the ones that are gone, but the ones that are still here that are with us, you know.
Sure.
And so yeah, that was the the reason behind that song, and I sing that, you know, to honor them.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.